There's an interesting case there last week, reported in the Irish Times. It's a defamation case, and it's one of these cases where you see somebody going shopping and then they are accused or asked or questioned perhaps by a security person whether they had paid for the goods in their bag or in their car or whatever. In this particular case, though, it was a circuit court case. The judge has thrown out the man's defamation claim for up to €75,000 against Lidl. €75,000 is the maximum there in the circuit court. The man's name was Eric Swift. He had been seen putting wine into a bag by the security guard, but he then returned it to the shelf. And then later on he was tackled, as it were, or confronted in the car park by the security guard. There's a conflict of evidence then as to what exactly was said. The judge obviously decided that on the balance of probability, the evidence of the security person was to be accepted. The chap in question, Eric Swift, he's an Enable Ireland caretaker and bus escort for people with disabilities. He was suing this Dublin Lidl store and a security firm for defamation. He claimed that he was publicly accused by security staff at Lidl in Baldoyle of not having paid for a bottle of wine in May 2023. The judge dismissed this claim, and he said that Mr. Swift told the court he'd picked up a bottle of wine in the alcohol aisle and put it in his bag, but he then changed his mind and put it back on the shelf. After he had gone to join his wife, Geraldine, who was waiting for him in the car park, he said a uniformed security guard approached him and loudly declared he was required to return to the supermarket on suspicion of theft. The judge said that Lidl admitted the security guard asked Mr. Swift to return to the store, but claimed that the request was made discreetly and that the security man had not alleged theft and, regardless, the store was protected by qualified privilege. Mr. Swift told the circuit court that he went to get a jar of coffee and put it in his bag, and he paid for it. He then thought his wife would enjoy some wine later and put a bottle of wine in his bag. He sent his wife a text and she replied to say she did not want any alcohol. Mr. Swift then put the bottle back on the shelf. He told the court he had been Garda vetted for his trusted position, working with vulnerable people, and after having returned to the store, the matter was dealt with in front of a number of other shoppers. When he showed the contents of his bag and the receipt for the coffee, the manager apologised, he said. The barrister then defending Lidl told Mr. Swift in cross-examination that the entire situation was an unfortunate misunderstanding that was his fault for not having used a trolley or a basket. The security guard saw him put the wine into his bag but was looking away when he returned it to the shelf. The security guard working for RFC Security said he simply asked Mr. Swift if perhaps he had forgotten to pay for something. Part of his training was not to constantly stare at customers despite keeping them under observation, and he had not seen him return the bottle to the shelf. The judge said that he accepted the evidence of all parties concerned, that the evidence was truthful, but found that the balance of credibility lay in the version of events outlined by the defence. He said that shopkeepers had a legal right to protect their property, and the court accepted that the remarks made to Mr. Swift were protected by qualified privilege in that they had not been made with malice. I believe Mr. Ugunyoy acted in the heat of the moment, in that delay would obviously have been fatal to his chances of recovery of the wine, which he believed had been taken, not having seen Mr. Swift return the wine to the shelf, the judge said. So that's a defamation case that has failed. Judge has thrown it out against Lidl. As I say, security guard was asking this man, Mr. Swift, whether he had forgotten to pay for something or not. Hope you find the video useful.